So here we are. 2025, you are coming out swinging like, bitch, I'm here. We need
Yeah.
you to slow down.
I don't know if this is the best way to transition, but I mean, you said something when we first started this podcast. I don't know if you remember one of our first episodes. You talked about the Twitch situation. We talked about the Twitch situation when we very first started playing one of our first podcasts.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd I say?
I mean, that was early in the days before we was trying to be more
Really? I
tame.
feel like we was doing the podcast longer than Twitch.
No, I said but I'm saying, but it was one of the first ones we did. That
Oh,
was
okay.
2022. When
Okay.
Twitch passed, and we've been doing
We
it.
had this podcast for 4 years.
Going into 3. It's 3. 2020.
Oh, wow.
We started in
It feels like it's
2022.
so much longer. Oh my God.
2022 we started.
Oh,
Beginning
wow.
of 2022. And you was like, hey man, his wife had something to do with it. With him passing.
So my friend and I, like all of us,
that was one of your first hot takes.
okay, so I remember because he was found like in a motel.
Yeah, a random motel in a motel. Yes.
And so my homegirl, my homegirl immediately was like, dude, something's fucking weird. Like this just doesn't seem right. Blah 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 blah. I still had those sentiments. She did too. She's like, I'm going down this rabbit hole. Blah blah blah. We was talking about it last night. I was like, hey, why is this lady trying to say that this nigga had this drug problem and all this stuff? And she was insinuating that he OD'd.
Mm-hmm.
And as if his autopsy results were are not public, and we know they'll alter that stuff, especially if you're gonna pay, you're gonna throw somebody some bones.
Mm-hmm.
But I just always felt like it was something else. And it wasn't. I was like, that's
okay. Our first episode was September 24th, 2021.
That's what I was like. We've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, so it'd be 4 years this year at the end of this year. But we did talk about this one in the first episode.
Yeah, we did, but I still feel the same way. I think I don't know. I don't think it was drugs. I think it's weird that woman, you have his family having to pay for, sign NDAs to go to his funeral, his mama included.
That's wild. Yo, that is
wild to me. That is so wild to me. And you got all these people, speaking out and saying different stuff, and it's just really, it ain't what, baby, this is weird. And I know everybody want me to say my theory.
I mean, you already put it out there in general.
No, I don't think I said what I thought it was back then. I don't think it's drugs. I don't think it's drugs. I don't think it was drugs then. And he might have indulged in maybe a little Mary Jane or cocaine. I don't know what she found.
Hold on, I'm gonna play her real quick. I'm gonna let her say it herself. Keep going now as I get this pulled up.
But I just think it's
all right. Here we go, down. I'm gonna let her say what she said. Let's let her own words.
I had dealt with an ex that had addiction problems, and then I realized Steven had addiction problems, and it's something that I kind of have been like, where was I involved in this? And I had to take some steps for myself to realize, like, I was able to help one, and I wish I could have been that for the other. But it's also not my job to do that. There was a moment I was with one of my really dear friends, and we were cleaning out the closet and picking out an outfit for him for the funeral. And it was a really triggering moment for me because there was a lot of things I discovered in our closet that I did not know existed. And it was very alarming to me to learn that there was so much happening that I had no clue. So it was a really scary moment in my life to figure that out. But it also helped me process that he was going through so much and he was hiding so much, and there must have been a lot of shame in that. And he was wrestling with a lot inside himself, and he was trying to self-medicate and cope with all those feelings because he didn't want to put it on anyone. Because he loved everyone so much. He didn't want other people to take on his pain.
All right, there we go. That's her words.
So funny enough, when I was about to go pull the cousin's tweets,
Yep.
I come across a story where it says Allison Holker recently accused her late husband, Stephen Boss, of being a drug addict. In an interview with People magazine, Allison described finding a cornucopia of drugs in a shoebox in their closet. Stephen Boss's autopsy showed no drugs or alcohol were in his system at the time of his death. His family and friends have refuted the claims and several have pointed the finger at Allison. Several friends have accused Allison of having a drug problem and putting stuff up her nose. While there are no arrests for Allison, while there are no arrests for drugs, Allison was arrested in 2018 in Salt Lake County, Utah, for public intoxication and disorderly conduct at the Salt Lake City airport. According to the criminal complaint, Allison was arrested, and the complaint states on or about September 14th in that the defendant was under the influence of alcohol, a controlled substance, or any substance having the property to release toxic vapors to a degree that the person may have endangered himself or another person in a public place or private place where the person reasonably disturbed others. She was allegedly charged with disorderly contact for failing to comply with the orders of the law enforcement. Both charges were C-class misdemeanors. In 2018, an arrest warrant was issued for Holker after she failed to appear for the citation.
Of course.
She was never arrested because clearly, if they got a warrant for my arrest for that something small, I ain't kill nobody. They're not finna extradite me.
Yeah, and you just gotta find you get me when you get me.
Yeah, they said the case was closed in 2021, and the warrant was recalled because the prosecutor set the case for failing to prosecute the case after no arrest was made. Allison was able to get out of the charge by not responding and avoiding the warrant. They said a search of court records shows Stephen Boss shows no arrests or citations for drug or alcohol. His record was completely clean at the time of his death. Like, girl, what?
It's just fishy, man, that she just so bent on, like that. Yeah. Why would you do this to anybody? Like, that's just maybe you tell, even if you told, the messed up thing is, even if you told other family members that you found this stuff, people be like, damn, it's still disrespectful. The fact you're writing a whole book about it, who are you that we need a book for your life? Or your
story? I'll get to this. Somebody said that Stephen Boss was a friend to everyone, and one of his friends was retired NFL linebacker Emmanuel Acho.
Oh no, Acho.
It's Acho, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Allison secretly began dating him not long after Stephen passed away in 2022. They said by spring 2024, Allison was spotted in Monaco holding hands with Emmanuel while leaving in a luxury hotel.
Oh, wow.
They never went public with the relationship. But comments left on Instagram posts allude to the fact that she may have been cheating on Stephen with Emmanuel.
So Eden, well, my thing is, if you this dirty in the game,
hold on. Can you pause it?
You got more.
Pause it. Pause this.
Oh, so I mean, is it so how? This whole thing is like, it's almost a thing of like, yo, your ego must be super high to think that you can try to get this jack to walk. You know what I'm saying? Like, all
Yeah.
right, people already was kind of on the scuttle, but it was on the low. People was like, man, it don't feel right. I feel like this. She kind of forced him into this suicide, was stressing him out. It was all that kind of scuttlebutt was in the air. That's let's, and they just like either you thought the people forgot, or you were like, I can get sympathy and get a check, or someone told you can get a check by writing this book. And my thing is, why are you that important for a book? Who are you? Who is she?
You know what? But she is somebody. I feel like I heard her name. But no, I'm trying to find.
If she ain't got no Wikipedia, she ain't nobody.
I'm like, why does her name? I'm trying to pull up the tweets from the cousin.
Allison Holker. Let's see.
Because somebody said we have been saying from day one that Stephen Twitch process was forced upon him, and this foolish woman go on a podcast and try to destroy his legacy. What did you do to him? What's done in the dark will come to the light. And I'm like, it's like, and okay, so. And then the cousin said she won't let our family see his kids. Like, this is weird. And I don't know. It's like, okay. So I found the cousin's page. And she said, yeah, I don't give a fuck about an NDA. This crazy woman made me and his actual family, including his mom, sign an NDA just to even attend his funeral. She's been trying to tarnish his legacy and refuses to let the boss family see the children, only to exploit and lie on my cousin. Hell no. And then she was like, I retweeted it, that same tweet, and then said, the autopsy report is fucking public, bro. He didn't even have anything in his system when he died. And then she says,
So is Allison responded? Is it Allison responded?
No. This is just this is his cousin. She was like, by the way, I said this back in 2023. This has been going on, but instead of receiving help or any support, people want to speculate about my life and claim that I'm broke and I want a payday. For what? Yeah.
Then what's the purpose? Then where are you doing the book then?
She's just saying that, like, hey, I just want to tell y'all the truth about what we've been experiencing as a family. Like, y'all got kids together. We can't even. Huh?
She don't need to do all that. Is my point.
The cousin?
No. I'm talking about Allison. Like,
yeah. I'm like, and she said that somebody was like, I was hoping the family would speak up, open up to a private investigation. I didn't know him personally, but from the outside looking in, it didn't seem like he was ready to leave this world. And she's like, we've been speaking on it for about a year. And I guess now that her book is coming out, it's been getting some traction. Yeah.
Hey man, would this surprise you if she walked herself into a thing of them trying to investigate her for something happening to him?
I could see that potentially happening.
Like, she walked her way into it. Like, we weren't gonna mess with you. You got us.
Yeah, and then she was like, hey, I was at the funeral. Everyone there had a relationship with Stephen because it was a small service. She then held another one for the people he wasn't close to and the others. Hope that helps.
So is this a conversation?
These are her tweets.
Okay.
And so, man, And I was like, just this is weird. It's weird. It's weird.
It's out.
It's like the fact that like I was telling you, remember that one time, like you sometimes I don't think people can. There are some people that have, I'm gonna say, that are gifted in like a unique way.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you can look at something or you could touch something and you could pick up you could feel that energy from whatever that is. I'm like a person like that. I remember when Shakir, they said he died. Like that. It was like it was suicide. Shakir Stewart. Yeah.
Yep.
I was like, nah, something is weird. And I don't know him. All I know is that he, like was like a music exec. I've never met that man a day in my life. And I looked at that headline and saw that photo and I was like, that's something else. And yes, he very well, and I want people to understand this is not a speculating or me creating a conspiracy theory, because it is possible to be extremely depressed and you can mask. You are high, you are high functioning. Mm-hmm. Like my homegirl just found out that she is depressed, and I was like, oh yeah, you've been masking this whole time. I already knew that.
Dang.
And she high functioning, like, but when you can't tell people certain things. So when she said that it was confirmed, she went in to get a test for autism. She was like, I think I'm on the spectrum. And then what the lady told her was like, I want to do some more testing, but I'm concerned because you're experiencing a lot of symptoms of depression. I was like, do you not realize what has happened to you in the past year?
So she went straight that she thought she was on the spectrum, not that she could be depressed.
No, because if you don't know, you don't recognize the symptoms and the function, and you could be feeling overwhelmed. You tired. You think it's this, it's that. You could think you be deficient in a vitamin or something, child. And so it is very well possible, especially because he is a Black man. You very well, it is possible that you are depressed and nobody around you knew, because you appear happy. You are masking.
Yeah,
you are putting on that
100%.
front. But deep down inside, your soul is rotting. Like you feel terrible.
But she shouldn't be out there talking about
That's
this.
not her place. And it's like, y'all got kids. Y'all got kids.
Because my thing is, like, if anything happened to like a woman I was dealing with, even if it was somebody I used to deal with, I wouldn't even want to talk about them like that, because if I had any love for them, I want to protect who they were. Like maybe me and you talk about some shit on the low, but I wouldn't be out on no like, hey, she used to be on that cocaine. I used to pick her up from the crack house on the 10th. And then she used to be a hoe too. But we ain't gonna talk about that part when she had a pimp in Las Vegas. Like, dude, like what? Why? That has nothing to do with.
Hey y'all, if y'all like what y'all see here on Everyone Needs an Aquarius, be sure to like, subscribe, and share our podcast with your friends, because we got all the tea. And if you want to check out more stuff from us, be sure to hit that button right there on the right side, so you can see other stuff, and again, share it with everybody.